Hey everybody, it's Professor Parish, and we are back for week 2's lecture video for English 109. I do apologize I didn't get this video out while we were on our holiday, but I do want to go ahead and talk about week 2. So talking about the assignments and just giving you guys just a little bit of update on everything. So this won't be too long of a video, unlike last week's video where it was explaining everything for the class. This is going to be a pretty short recap. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize myself on here. So I'm now over here. So what I've done is I have positioned my page to look like what it would be if I was logging on as you. So I'm going to go over here on the left-hand side to our announcements section. As always, before we go into announcements, if you scroll down, you'll see right over here that Lecture 1 video was up last week, actually up before then, and then the introduction video was up too. So if for some reason you have not watched the intro video or the Lecture 1 video, please make sure to do so. I will have Lecture 2 up here, so this will be updated, but make sure you've watched last week's video if you've not, because last week's video went over the syllabus, it went over what all the pages in our site look like. It's a nice introduction course if you're not sure where to find things, so be sure that you watched that. So I'm going to go over here to assignments. Here's a quick note about assignments too. You'll see this box here. Do not rely on this box alone, because I'm not sure why our website does this. I can't control it, but this assignments part will only show 2 assignments, which sometimes we'll just have 2 assignments, but some weeks we'll have 3. And if we have 3 assignments, the 3rd one will not show up in this box. I'm not sure why. So what you need to do each week is don't just rely on this little gray box. Scroll down on your page on assignments, and for example in week 1, you'll see that I did my discussion post to you all, but I didn't turn in my own textbook activity. Yours were all due already. But for week 2, so this video is the video assignments. Chapter 3 in our English skills textbook is from pages 48 to 85. I know that seems, you're like, 40 pages, but if you've looked at our textbook, you're going to know a lot of that chapter is going to be the textbook activity. It's going to be pictures or diagrams. It's going to be text and examples. So even though pages 48 to 85 seems like a lot of reading for this week, it's actually not. There's a lot of examples and things that you can skim over. It's mainly just getting the concepts down. That's the big thing with this class, is understanding the concepts and moving those into applying into the assignments that we do. So we have 2 assignments this week. You do have textbook activity number 2. That is going to be activity 15 on page 42 to 44 in our textbook. If you want to, go ahead and you can click on this textbook activity link, and like I said, make sure that you've read chapter 2, which chapter 3 is this week's assignment, so hopefully you've already read chapter 2 before completing this. And then pages 42 to 44 in our book, it's activity 15, and if I open up this Word document here, yeah, alright. My screen's wanting to do this funky thing where it, yeah, tries to give me a little warning thing. We're going to skip that. Alright, so textbook activity 2, you can see here, what it basically is that you're going to read the passage in our book, and what this assignment is doing is it's testing me and testing you to see if you can identify the topic sentence of paragraphs and the main points and the support. So every paragraph has a topic sentence. It has a sentence that is the main focus of the entire paragraph. And then it has supporting data that helps to reinforce what the topic sentence is putting out. So the first paragraph is going to be why I'm a stay-at-home baseball fan. So I want you to tell me, what is the topic sentence of this entire passage? So there's 3 paragraphs. What's the topic of the passage? And you're going to write that here. And then you're going to give me for each paragraph, what is the main point of each paragraph, and what are 2 sentences that support those points. So it should be pretty easy. I mean, the hardest part is going to be typing this out, which I'm going to check that. for grammar and punctuation. That's going to be the hardest part of this assignment, but it should be a nice exercise in identifying what is the main point of each passage that you read. For me as a reader, when I take notes for a class, and when I took notes in college, that was always very helpful for me, because in grad school you would get assignments of like 500 pages a week to read. That's a lot of reading, and it's way too much. So what I would do is just start to identify any bold terms, what's the topic of the sentence, things like that. Because, and I'm not joking, in grad school, if you're an English major, they're like, oh, you can read this book in a week, and you're like, so my advisors would be like, well, you don't read the entire book, you just kind of find the details that are meaningful and that help answer the questions. And that helped out a lot, because I had a life and didn't want to sit there and read all day. So hopefully this exercise will help you to do the same, to identify those topic sentences and those main points and the details that follow, right? And so that's really it. That's just, there's 2 passages to read and break down. So that textbook assignment should not be crazy. If you've never, if you were having trouble uploading last week, or if you didn't get the textbook number 1 assignment uploaded, let me help you break down how to do that here. So what you do is, you'll see this box that says upload file. Now, you can choose file. Now, when you choose file, this box is going to pop up. Now, I actually really like that our online class does this. It's a little confusing at first, but essentially what this box is that every file you upload for this class, or for any of your classes that are online, is going to save into this box, which is kind of cool, because then you don't have to worry about losing anything. You can just be like, oh no, where's my paper 3 draft? It's saved here. So what you're going to do is go to upload. You're going to pick it off of your computer. So for example, I'm going to pick this textbook activity here, and make sure you label everything properly. I know most of you are taking multiple classes, so just be sure you put English 109 and put textbook activity 2. Like, label your stuff as accurately as possible, because the most frustrating thing is if you accidentally upload the wrong file, and then I notice it, let's say on Sunday, and I'm like, hey, you uploaded the wrong file, you've got till tonight to redo it, and you don't see it until Monday and you get a 0 on the assignment. I don't want that to happen to you, so just be sure to label your files. Don't just leave them as document 86, because I've had students do that, and then I'm like, how do you keep these all apart? So anyway, when you pick the file, you just select it, click open, and for example, it's already asking me, I've already got this file saved here, so I'm just going to overwrite it. And then what you'll notice is that when it's finished uploading, down here in the corner, it'll say finished uploading 100%. And this blue button that says insert will pop up and be like able to be clicked upon. So when I click on it, now you'll see that it has actually shown the file that I picked, and then I click add file. It takes it a second, and then it shows us going back to the page, and what should happen is it'll have a little blue link that will show that the file's been uploaded, and that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. It's being a little bit slower than usual. There we go, yay! So now you can see it shows the file that I uploaded. I can either edit it if I why is it doing that? Hold on a second. It's being annoying. My little video cast. There we go. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So I can either edit the file, like for example, if I accidentally uploaded the wrong file, I can just click this pencil and redo it, which is handy, or I can delete it and start over again. So if this is the correct file, then you just click this turn in activity, boom, and it's done. So it will say it's been turned in, you can no longer add or edit. If for some chance you turn in the wrong file and you click this blue box and realize after the fact that you turned in the wrong file, because it will show you right here the one that you have uploaded, email me. Send me an email and say, hey, Miss Parish, I accidentally uploaded the wrong file. Can you reopen the Dropbox? As long as it is before the due date, I will do that. Now I will tell you all that our assignment is due by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Dear old Professor Parish may not be awake at 11:55 p.m. on Sunday. So if you accidentally upload the wrong file, my point is, don't procrastinate and wait till the last minute. Try to upload it early, like by Saturday, and that way you don't have to worry about it. If you do upload it Sunday, please understand it is at the discretion that if you upload the wrong file, you may be stuck with it, because I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to be awake that late. But we can work it out if something happens. I'm not going to say that I won't let you resubmit, but it's going to be on a timed basis, okay? And on a one-on-one basis as well. So that's textbook assignment number 2. Going back here, the only other assignment for the week, and you'll notice that once I turn it in, there's a little check mark by it saying awaiting grade. So that's a nice way of you being able to tell, have I done the assignment for the week? You can see that there's a check mark beside it. It's done. So the other assignment is the discussion forum for week 2. And I'm going to go to the forum. So after you've read chapter 3, you'll be able to do this discussion forum. And this is mainly just talking again. It's kind of a redux and extension of our textbook activity number 1. Only this time we're sharing with the entire class. So what techniques do you use for brainstorming? What's the hardest part of writing for you? What is the importance of specific details? This kind of ties back to our textbook and the chapters. Why does there need to be specifics? Is there any type of writing that wouldn't have to have specifics? And so I'm interested definitely in answer number 3 for this forum. But basically all of our discussion forums, your answers to these initial questions should be posted by Friday night at 11:55 p.m. And that way it will give everyone time to, by Sunday, respond to at least 2 peers. So your discussion forum posts are always due by Friday. Your responses and any other assignments for the week are always due by Sunday. So that should be a nice, clean-cut, consistent due date for everything. I'm excited to see what you guys put for this topic. Everybody's introductions were really cool. I really enjoy how varied and yet similar we all are in this class. It's kind of like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You see some similarities between everybody, but there's also a lot of differences, which I think is pretty cool. But again, those are the only 2 assignments for the week. This video I'm recording will be posted here in our announcements, as well as on our resources page under week 2, which will be right here when it gets posted. All right. So hopefully you all have had a great week. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, give me a call to the office, whatever you need, and I will answer your questions and help you out the best that I can. Other than that, stay warm and have a great week, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.